I gotta say, this is really giving me Iceland vibes, especially on the last day when we went to Sky Lagoon. So this is my rental car. It's nice and blue. It's pretty new. It's a Skoda. I originally wanted to drive a BMW, but like they're kind of expensive. I didn't really want to spend money to rent one. I feel like another generic European car would probably do. So here we are. So here's Peleș Castle. I actually already went here last year and I completely forgot that I did. So here we are seeing it again. I don't think I'm going to go in this time because I remember last time it wasn't that notable, and I just can't believe I came to the same place again. Wow, this hotel is so beautiful. It's right next to a casino too. This hotel is so scary. It's like so dark in here. Big shining energy. There's the casino. See, you know it's a nice hotel and they have real paintings.
That I can talk to. Every breath begins anew.
I just had such a magical night. And it's also like such a valuable lesson in like spontaneity. So, I'm in Sinaia right now, in Romania, and I originally booked a hotel in Brașov. And and that was like the plan for tonight. It's 12:40 right now, and I ended up not, because I met this really cool girl and we just like hung out all night. So so I picked up my car this morning. And that was like kind of like a weird experience. It was just like, yeah, the hospitality here isn't great. But anyways, so I picked up my car at 11. I drove for 2 hours from Bucharest to Sinaia, and then I'm here. And this morning, yeah, so I arrived at this like castle, and then I realized that I actually already went to this castle a year ago. So I was like, fuck, what do I do? So then I went to, there's this monastery nearby, and I went to that was pretty cool. And I went to this casino, and then like I met, and I thought like the tour guide to the casino is pretty cool. So then we were just like chatting afterwards, and then yeah, and then so we were chatting afterwards, and then it was like at 6 already, so she was finished at the end of her shift. And then I was like, and at this point I was like kind of in a weird like my internet stopped working. Yeah, my internet stopped working because on a Google Fi plan you can't be out of the country for more than 3 months, so they just cut it off for me. So then my cellular was completely shit, you know, like, well, it was just, like I just didn't have internet. So then I went to this hotel nearby. It was called the Palace Hotel, and then I connected to their Wi-Fi, and then I figured my shit out. That took me like an hour or two. And then I exchanged Instagrams with this girl. So I was like, oh, like I'm actually gonna be in Sinaia for an extra night. Do you want to grab a drink? And then we got a drink at like 8:30, and then actually we went to the supermarket and got some alcohol. Like at this point, I was not under the impression that I was gonna stay an extra night in Sinaia. And also like I was just like with this girl, I was like coming into it, I was like, okay, like I feel like if I asked her out for a drink, I should have done that like you know, I should have done that in the conversation instead of like afterwards. But then like during the conversation itself, I was kind of like should I do this? Because like she was technically at work, even though her shift has ended, and I was just like, and I was like, okay, like I was like cognizant of that, and then also like what's the vibe here? Like, would, you know, someone be receptive to, like, would someone be in the hospitality industry be receptive to, you know, hanging out with a tourist? And I was like thinking about that. But anyways, like, so I finished, I was like fixing my cellular data, and then yeah, I texted her, and then we went to she brought it back pretty quickly. We went to the supermarket, got alcohol-free beers, because I was still under the impression that I was gonna drive to Brașov after this. I was just like, oh, we're gonna chat for, you know, an hour, and then I'll be on my way. And then yeah, so we're in the park, and it was really fucking cold. Yeah, it was just so fucking cold. And then we were just drinking our cold ass grapefruit flavored alcohol-free beers in the park, talking about shit. And then we were like, fuck it, let's take a walk. Like, this is way too cold. So then we went to this bar that was like really warm, and that was really nice. And got a couple drinks there. And then we went to this playground where we played on the swings for a little bit. And she was like telling me a lot about how like Romania had a lot of bears, apparently. Like, they're just bears in the park. And ultimately, we were just like chilling in the park, and I was like, you know, I should probably pick up my car, you know. It's like, it's still at the castle. But then she was like, no, you can't do that because there are fucking bears along the castle. And apparently there's this like Romanian app where they get notification if there are bears around. And apparently all the notifications happen at this castle. So she advised me not to pick up my car because they're fucking bears. It's one thing if like I can get like a Bolt that drives me up right to my car, and then I can just like get off and get in my car. But there aren't any Bolts available at 12:30. So I was like, shit, what do I do? Yeah, so then there was this like hotel we were like right across. So like I just walked in. I was like, can I get a room? and then it was like, yeah, fine, whatever. And yeah, it was just like a really fucking good conversation. And I'm so glad that I kind of like reached out to her. Because I was thinking about like not doing it. I was thinking of just like letting the moment pass, and I'm so glad. Like the ideal time of like asking her to drinks would have been like during our conversation, right? Because then she went home, and then like it was like slightly more convenient. Like I could have just asked her like, oh, like after your shift, do you want to grab a drink? But then I was just thinking about too much at the time about like my phone's internet, about like where I'm gonna stay for the night. I also booked my hotel, like I don't know, I booked my hotel like before this tour. And then yeah, but then I did, and it was just so fucking serendipitous, you know, this entire evening. You know, she was telling me about how it was actually her coworker who was supposed to do the tour, and she doesn't, her coworker doesn't really know that much English. And so it was like, that was like lucky, like bumping into her. And then the fact that she liked tattoos and I had a lot of tattoos, that was like a conversation starter, you know. And then yeah, and she was like at a time in her life where she was ready to like meet new people, and then so am I, obviously. And I'm just so in awe with like serendipity, you know? It's like so fucking magical, you know? Like, you never know where the night is going to take you. And you never know, like what moments is going to create until you kind of like seize the moment. I mean, seize like the day, you know? I'm just like, carpe diem this shit. It's crazy that this is just some random town, you know, like on my Transfigara, whatever, like loop. But now it's like meaningful because of this like serendipitous thing that happened, you know. It's really funny how that works, you know. Yeah. You know, I was like lamenting a bit about how I booked a hotel room in Bucharest. I mean, in Brașov, that I'm not using. But I'm just thinking it's like just $50, you know. And it's like the price of serendipity is priceless, you know. Like the concept of the idea of serendipity is like there are things that you cannot buy, you know. They are rare experiences by the product of serendipity, you know. They exist in a moment of time because of the right circumstances that all align together to create the serendipity. And I think tonight was one of those nights, you know, everything just aligned, you know, like, about like the shift schedule, about me wandering into the casino after realizing I've been to the castle already. And then like me reaching out to her like being ready to be like reached out to. You know, compatible conversations. It's just like, yeah, it's really cool. God, I'm so sleepy right now. It's 1 already. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep. So this is a water fountain. Wow, I'm in like awe right now. This is so pretty. It was such a insane climb getting here, but oh my god. I think this is the beginning of a spring. And this is the entire river. So there's nothing that goes higher. It all comes from here. Swiper. No swiping.
All right.
Swiper. No swiping.
Sí, me estaba pero me pasó mucho.
So I'm starting to get these apart hotels. And honestly, I'm really fucking loving it. It like feels like I'm actually like living here. You know, you can like put like a TV, you can like, you know, and it's like right out here is like, I've always wanted to live above like a major road in one of these kind of like metal, cast iron, decorative enclosures and like smoke a cigarette or something. And this is exactly what I'm getting, you know? It's like fucking lit. I'm so fucking happy with all of my decisions recently. In Brașov. I wonder what that is. It's babies drinking milk from, I don't know, it's like a hyena.